Kids Wish Network. Look at this. They raised $127 million. They paid the solicitors $109 million. And they spent percentage on direct cash aid to the actual kids is 2.5%. 2.5%. Look at the Cancer Fund of America. Less than 1% went to the actual thing.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Ladies and gentlemen, imagine all your friends come together. Beach party, let's go. Give me all the money, I'll fix the party. But 2.5% I'll use to buy food, beers, umbrella, sun lotion, and all those stuff. The rest of the money is infrastructure money for people to bring all the stuff to the beach for you. Isn't that suspicious?
This great country of ours is moving very rapidly in the direction of oligarchy. The United States of America today is increasingly becoming an oligarchy. More and more moving toward an oligarchy. We are moving in the direction of oligarchy. We will move even more rapidly in the direction of an oligarchy. This great country is evolving into an oligarchic society. It is called oligarchy, and that is the system we are rapidly moving toward. This is a budget that moves our country rapidly into the direction of oligarchy. A handful of billionaires are moving this entire planet toward an oligarchic society.
Start off with the bad news, which is pretty bad, and that is that under Donald Trump, this country is hurtling rapidly toward oligarchy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the old strategy. If you repeat something over and over, if it's a lie or not, people are gonna remember it, and somebody might believe it's the truth.
No, you're right.
Remember to like the video.
Dramatic video showing U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents arresting convicted sex offender 21-year-old Ander Cortez Mendez in Falls Church, Virginia on April 2nd. U.S. border agents arrested Cortez Mendez after they say he illegally entered the U.S. near the Rio Grande Valley in Texas in 2018, ICE saying he was supposed to appear before an immigration judge but didn't show up to court. According to ICE, he was arrested in Fairfax County for an alleged sex crime last year in March. Agents issued a detainer against Cortez Mendez with the Fairfax County Adult Detention Center. And then on May 20th of last year, a Fairfax County judge gave him a 3-month suspended sentence after he was found guilty of having sex with the child. Despite being found guilty, ICE says Fairfax County officials did not honor ICE's detainer and released Cortez Mendez back into the community in Northern Virginia.
I find it very odd that people say they care about specific people because they are born in certain circumstance, but at the same time, the childs that are even more vulnerable in those circumstances, they are open to ignore their plea to protect the people that can vote, not the child.
Car was running and she had access to drive away.
I have a feeling y'all gonna push my buttons. That means shit, okay? That doesn't play a factor into anything. This moron stole a police vehicle and killed 2 human beings. What my policies are, what the procedures are, mean nothing. We did nothing wrong. My deputy did nothing wrong. Listen, you did it. You've pushed me. Our society today wants to blame everything else for where the blame should be. Not a policy, not a deputy. The blame goes to this individual. You want to know why? This is her criminal history. This is it.
First blame goes to the individuals, second blame goes to the system that releases these criminals over and over. And all I can say is this, as a law-abiding citizen, it feels like the disciplined people are punished and the undisciplined people are rewarded.
Hello guys, my name is Joey. I brought my father with me. He's a very liberal father.
Our family's divided. We're divided the same way the nation is divided.
I'm conservative, by the way.
Will anything ever be remedied? A nation divided against itself will not stand, neither will a family divided against itself.
Why do you think your son is conservative?
I have no clue. I'll let him answer that question.
That's a bad answer. Hold on a second. You as a father should listen to your son.
I listen to him all the time.
Hold on, but then you just said you don't know.
Hypocrisy, my friend.
I don't know where he went so bad. I mean, come on. It's like...
Like you can't have 2 negatives for the same answer because you don't give the kids an option to say something right, and I'm not surprised you can reach a middle ground. Adilo, remember to subscribe.
I don't know where he went wrong. I don't know how he went off the rails.
Would the smarter of the two like to chime in here? Yeah.
Absolutely. So I used to be at one point on my father's side. Upon doing my own research and seeing things, firsthand. I've switched sides. We talk every day about politics to the point where it's divided us. And so for him to say that he does not know where I stand is
So let me ask you, do you think that maybe he wants to believe government will do good? Maybe that's...
Of course. Okay,
good. Now maybe your son is going more conservative because he thinks government hasn't done a lot of good. Is that maybe a fair charitable interpretation?
That makes relative sense.
Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Here's what I'll just say in closing, guys. Never let politics get in the way of the beautiful relationship between father and son. My advice first is for the son to the father, understand he comes from a different generational perspective. He thinks government is probably a good force. Now your son, understandably, is seeing it harder than ever to own a home. He's seen a border wide open. He's seen lies from politicians. He's seen the enrichment of the ruling class. And instead of interrupting and want to get in an edge, smartly be like, maybe my son is processing a way that I might not agree with, but he's growing up in a different circumstance than I ever would.
All right, we're back with another update on cutting wasteful spending here at DOD, and this one is, as they say, a big one.
The shit's gonna hit the fan. Yeah.
This is a big day. We're signing a memo right now directing the termination of $5.1 billion in DOD contracts. Not million, that's with a B. $5.1 billion in DOD contracts for ancillary things like consulting and other non-essential services.
So you got my money?
So here's a few examples. DHA contracts for consulting services from Accenture, Deloitte, Booz Allen, and other firms. They're going to save the department $1.8 billion. How about a software reseller contract for enterprise cloud IT services, saving the department $1.4 billion. A $500 million Navy contract for business process consulting. Again, process. Lots of process, lots of consultant.
And it's very convenient.
Very convenient. Yeah, in other words, not getting things done, but before the things get done, you have to pay a huge amount of money to consult to get it done.
For administrative offices in the Bureau of Medicine. By the way, we need this money to spend on better health care for our warfighters and their families instead of $500 an hour business process consultant. That's a lot of consulting. How about this? A DARPA contract for IT help desk services that are completely duplicative with services already provided by our DISA workforce, saving the department another $500 million.
Wow.
Yeah, why do you need consultants? Well, doing it twice, maybe.
I can't process this. My brain isn't letting me.
It's just that I don't understand how you can pay so much money for something that you're already doing. That's like paying rent twice. And then some people are trying to convince you it's a good thing.
I don't want to hear your excuses.
We're also terminating, on the DEI front, 11 more contracts for DEI, climate, COVID-19 response, and related non-essential activities across the department. We are committed to rooting out DEI root and branch throughout this department, and we found 11 more contracts, and we're going to keep looking. So that's $5.1 billion in DOD contracts we're getting rid of. On top of that, in support of the president's priorities to stop federal funding for academic institutions that tolerate anti-Semitism and support divisive DEI programs, this week DOD is also pausing over $500 million in funding to Northwestern University and Cornell University. And that's on top of the $70 million in funding we've already paused at Columbia, Penn, Brown, and Princeton over the last few weeks, as if any of these institutions need more government money at all.
To get us started these days, you're paying so much money, and you got so much students, and you're telling me you don't have enough money to sustain yourself? So you need more support?
Are you finished?
But then you choose things that doesn't seem as if the kids is going to be supported when they're done with the school.
So for your keeping score at home, today's cuts bring our running total to nearly $6 billion in wasteful spending over the first 6 weeks of the DOD DOGE effort here at the Defense Department. Their job is to go out and find the stuff that we can get rid of and then drive back into warfighting capabilities here at the Defense Department. So we want to thank our friends at DOGE. We want to thank all the folks here that have helped us unpack this, reveal it, and we're excited to make these cuts on behalf of you, the taxpayer, and the warfighters here at the department.
And if you're still here, let me know if you agree with his spending or if you agree with these cuts.
You can't do that. Be professional. Be representation. She wildin'. It was her. It was her. It was her. Yeah, she wilded him up. It was her. It was her. It was.
Ladies and gentlemen, emotional control is a blessing, but if your friend has to take you away like a child, come with me, why would you have such a powerful job?
Last year, February 2024, prosecutors saying McKnight was the only person who could have shot her ex-boyfriend Michael McCoy in that home. McCoy said he could not see when he woke up in excruciating pain during the overnight hours of February 10th. He couldn't tell who shot him, but he was adamant that he did not shoot himself. And to his knowledge, McKnight was the only other person in the home when he went to bed. However, her defense attorney indicated that he intends to appeal the verdict that came out of court today. He said that he simply just does not agree with what prosecutors argued and that McKnight did not shoot McCoy. But again, she will face sentencing in May and was taken to the Dauphin County prison after the verdict was read today.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is like a Netflix show. The unbelievable saga of PA Judge Sonia McKnight. 2015, she wins the judgeship unopposed Democratic primary. Let's go. 2019, shoots husband in the groin, gets off on self-defense claim, allowed to remain a judge. Interesting. 2021, charged with interfering with her son's arrest, but acquitted by a local jury. Maybe inside connection. 2023, suspended from the bench for habitual absent and excessive vacation. Protecting son, going vacation, shooting ball. 2024, charged with attempted murder for allegedly shooting boyfriend in the eye while he slept. You know I'm sensitive about the eye. 2025, convicted for trying to execute sleeping boyfriend by shooting him in the head. And I'm asking just a question, is that the same boyfriend? Because if that is the same boyfriend, people have gaslighted this lady so much that she can believe that she can get away with anything. I don't want the judge to feel that power. That's freaking dangerous.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk criollo colombici jam jam. Durlo que ta verdetta welcome.